Welcome to my garden, friends. This is my first YouTube video and I'm really excited you are here with me. And everything what we see here is a great way to just understand the space and how the garden is set up. So the winter is actually a really great way to understand all of the pieces in the garden to plan ahead and to get a good feeling for the space. How the garden is set up is two main portions. The outer sections, so those beds here and over there, are the ones which I use as a cut flower garden. And those metal beds and those wooden beds out there are my veggie beds. So that goes very well together for pollinator. And over there in the corner, I have my little sitting patio. It's a beautiful space. To give you a good idea for this space, the veggie beds on the right hand side are 8x4 beds, so they are very sizable. And those are Vigo metal beds. The first one here, the smaller one, is 1.5 feet deep and 6.5 long, and the other ones are 3.5 feet deep and 6.5 feet long. You can see here we have also really nice arches. This one grows roses on the top, and this here is the Gardener Supply Titan squash tunnel, which worked very, very well for me. This was a really cool setup with those two arches behind each other last year. What you also might have noticed is that I have here my really nice copper trellises. I will make a video when we build those ones in here. They are multifunctional for all kind of vertical growing needs, so that is something what we are going to show and see as well in a video when the season grows along. Because when I turn around here, this bed is still missing one trellis, so that is going to get added this year. What you may have noticed is that my cut flower beds are also slightly raised. This is about a foot raised, and this has a really, really great advantage when the spring comes because the soil warms up faster. It's also easier to manipulate the nutrition, so the soil health with compost and everything. And what you see here peeking through when you look is also my irrigation. It's fully set up with flexible irrigation, so I can turn on and turn off the irrigation portions where I need it. So what I'm planning for next year, a lot of things, and I'm so excited for it. So these beds here will be vegetable beds. The small one over there, the small Vigo bed, will be full with onions. These beds over here will have some center cut squash and some cherry tomatoes populating the arch, and then a few hot peppers and bush beans growing up. So that will be what is going on into the Vigo beds. Speaking of my three big wooden beds, I always try to do some crop rotation. So what we're going to do there is, in the first one, which gets the new trellis, this will be this year the tomato bed. We have tomatoes, peppers, 2 eggplants, and some cherry, ground cherry plants to really take advantage of this sizable bed. The one where we're standing at here right now with the garlic will be filled up with the brassicas later on, so that will be a pure spring bed and will be flipped into a fall bed midsummer. And then the last bed over here, this is going to be in spring and fall succession beds. So in the spring, we'll have their peas, lettuce, and radishes. And the radishes and the peas will be grown on the outside, so they will be done super fast. They grow in like 30 to 40 days to maturity for the radishes and the lettuce. So they will be harvested quite early in the season. And then I will plant cucumbers and winter squash there and let that grow off the vine. I am so done with the squash vambora for this year, so I'm only growing squash vambora resistant varieties this year. So done. So the last seasons have worn me out in that regard. So only the squash vambora resistant varieties will be grown in 2023. But I'm very excited. When we look at the cut flower beds are my heart. Hopefully fine-tune my processes over there. And my goal for 2023 is to have cut flowers starting at Mother's Day until the end of the season. I'm not sure how attainable that is, but we will see. Last year my ranunculus were planted out too late. We had an early spring, so that was really hard. They were blooming around my birthday, which is middle of June. So that was way too late because it got already hot. I was actually surprised that they bloomed, so that was still a win. But yeah, we'll try to fine tune that this year better. And for that reason, I have also the covers over there to really help them to grow along. So we'll see how that has an effect or not on it. And then the pride will be everything around my patio, because that is where my dahlias, which are my babies, going in. Also my lisianthus, which I started yesterday already from seeds. So we're still 2022. We're in between the holidays right now from a timing perspective. And yep, I started already seeds for 2023. Isn't there a better way to start off the new year with seeds? So I'm really excited to see that. And then the other thing what I'm excited to see is how fast my roses will grow over the arch. They were planted last year as bare root roses, so it was the first year in 2022. And I hope they rooted in well enough to really populate that arch full with roses. So I'm curious to hear in the comment section what you are going to do with your garden. How big it is, what your plans are, what you're most excited about for 2023. And I really hope you subscribe over here so you can follow me along how I'm starting my seeds, how I'm planning my garden season, and really bring this all to life in 2023. I'm so excited you are here, and click here to watch my next video.